What's up, fellow marksmen, and welcome to another video. Now, as a Kog'Maw fan who has been struggling to make him work, I am excited to share you a new build that might change his current state in the meta. Now, for full disclosure, I did not invent this build. I got it by watching Saber's video, and I will link his video in the description. Now, for this build, you want to go this rune page. It's got lethal tempo. Lethal tempo is obviously the extra attack speed gain, which is a standard key rune on Kog'Maw. It's nothing special, but where it gets interesting is with presence of mind. Because not only is it useful because it gives mana, so we can spam abilities and stack our tier more easily, but also because it synergizes well with Manamune. Now takedowns increase your maximum mana. Manamune gives us extra on hit damage equal to 6% of your maximum mana. So this rune and the mirror mana obviously synergize very well. Now for the third rune, we could go Alacrity to get more attack speed, or maybe Tenacity if you're against a lot of CC, but personally I would recommend going Bloodline because you won't be building any lifesteal until your third item, which would be Dead Stance. So probably you want to go Bloodline. Now for the fourth rune, I suggest going Cut Down because basically any other champion than AD carries will have more HP than you will. So Cut Down is always a good choice in this situation. Now for sorcery, you would want to go Nimbus Cloak. This is a key rune on sorcery page because it gives you the movement speed, and Kog'Maw needs a lot of self peel, a lot of movement speed. So this is a key rune you want to go for, and then as there's no real other rune that would be fitting here, I would just go Gathering Storm because it helps you scale harder into the later game. Okay, as for your builds, you will want to go Manamune first and then Rageblade second. This will be your core build, but if you find yourself having trouble staying alive, then I would suggest going Dead Stance third item. But if you don't have any trouble staying alive, then you could also go for a Zeal item. Probably Runons or Phantom Dancer. Those would be your two options. Runons if you want to be hitting multiple people at the same time. This will probably be the case if there are multiple divers or tanks who will be just trying to focus and tunnel vision on you. You could go for Runons in that case, or you could go Phantom Dancer if you want that extra little survivability. Well, after your third item, you could go for multiple things. You could go for maybe a Wit's End to get more magic resist and on hit damage, or you could go for IE for more raw damage as you have a crit item already. So it's pretty much up to you. You could also go for the Frozen Mallet, for example, to get some slows in on your basic attacks. But one thing to note is the difference in cost compared to the regular build. So for the regular build, for those who don't know, the regular build is the Blade of the Rune King first. Now this item costs no less than 3.3k gold. And in this build, if you go Manamune first, it is only 2.4k gold. And not only this, but if you stack your Manamune really effectively, you can probably get Mirror Mana by the time you buy your Rageblade. And with those two items, you're as strong as you would be with Blade of the Rune King first item, if not stronger. And the most important thing, of course, is that you save 800 gold by doing this. Alright, I'm guessing you all want to see some footage now, so let's jump right into some clips. And this first clip, well, let me open it up. Okay, so in this first clip, it's just me with Manamune and Berserkers. So nothing special, but it's just to show you that even with only Manamune, your damage is gonna be a-okay. And before we start this clip, here's how the scoreboard looked like a minute after this clip. Okay, so let's have a look. Just me running in the river and going to help. Okay, note that I missed my Q here. Let me just back it up. Yeah, as you can see, I missed my Q. And if I would have hit it, my damage would have been way higher. And why? Because your Q is your second most important ability. It shreds 20% armor and magic resist at level 1. And I think it's 28 at max level. And but just to make it clear, like at level 1 it's 20%, and this is the same amount as Last Whisper. So basically you have a free Last Whisper in your kit. You just need to hit it, and that's what I failed at. But even without my Q, even while I missed my Q, you can see that I still did quite some damage. Okay, so let's see another clip, and this one is... sorry. Yeah. So this one is another clip before I finished my Rage Blade, and in this clip I made one crucial mistake. But I'll roll the clip first and then I'll explain it afterwards. Yeah, you can probably all guess my mistake here. So my mistake was that right here the Leona went in on the Senna. My mistake was going for the Leona and using my Q on her. So right now the Kaisa goes in and wants to try and kill the Senna, following up on the Leona. So what I could have done, what I should have done, is waited for her to follow up and then use my Q on the Kaisa instead of using my Q on Leona and then auto attacking the Kaisa. Because now I rendered my Q useless because I didn't actually hit the target that I reduced the resistances on. So this was a huge mistake, but even while making this mistake, this was still an easy double kill for me. I mean, I probably didn't even go for the Kaisa. I made this mistake because I'm pretty sure it was because I didn't really realize, I didn't expect the Kaisa to be as dumb as she is by following up. I didn't expect her to follow up on Leona's mistake by going in because you can see I'm 5-1. I'm already pretty strong. We're winning bot lane. So Leona going in here was a mistake by her, and I didn't expect the Kaisa to follow up on that, but she did, and I made the mistake then of using my Q on the Leona, but it's whatever. But now let's look at another clip where I do have Manamune and Rage Blade. Let's just open it up. Okay, so right here. In this clip, I do have my Rage Blade and my Manamune, but note that I don't have my Rage Blade stacked before the fight happens. And even then, look at how fast I shred through this Nidalee. And I do have to flash in order to kill her, but let's make a bet here. Let's make a bet. So who would believe me if I said that I can get another kill here? As an ADC, by the way, in the middle of 3 full HP enemies. Yeah, no one would think that, right? Everyone would think that I would just die here in a blink of an eye. Watch this, watch this. There we go. I mean, what? What even? What is the damage? I mean, that's a full HP Orianna, and I was at like 70% maybe. In the middle of 3 enemies, full HP, and I still kill an Orianna. That's just crazy. But okay, if you're not yet convinced, because I was 10-1 here. Now I do admit that in these clips I was pretty fed, but that's just because I don't have any clips where I was feeding with this build, because that's just because this build is just so insane. It's just so good. Okay, let's give you guys another clip. Like, what if in this clip, for example, right here in this clip, what if Manamune gets fully stacked into mirror mana? Now watch this. Again, note that I didn't use my Q on the what's her face on the puppy. I didn't use my Q on her, and she's just like butter to me. And also right here, I also missed my Q on the Oriana. It took only 3 auto attacks for me to kill her. I mean, what? Imagine me hitting Q, and right here it's level 4, and I know at max level it's like it reduces resistances by 28%. Maybe at level 4 it's probably like 26%. Imagine me hitting Q on the Oriana and then shredding her. It would take like 2 auto attacks, maybe also 3, but on tanks it's just such a huge difference. And this is probably my main flaw here on Kog'Maw. What I need to focus on is just learning to hit my Q. I need to practice hitting my Q, and if I'm not sure if I can hit my Q, then I just shouldn't do it, because it's such an insane difference. Okay, but let's give you guys another example of me shredding a squishy target. Right here, there will be a Kaisa coming into the fight. And okay, I'll admit the Kaisa was just pretty dumb for going in, but just look at how many auto attacks it takes for us to kill her. Right here, she's going in, and boom, she's dead. She's already dead. It was like 2 or 3 auto attacks from me, 1 from Jin. Okay, let's see. So I cancelled my first auto attack. So it was 3 auto attacks from me, 1 from Jin, and 1 from Senna, and she's dead. Suddenly, like, she's poof, gone. I mean, damage is insane, and also it was without my Q again. Now I'm gonna show you one more, and let's see how it goes late game versus a tank. Right here. Okay, so right here, I'm not even let's get into the fight here. Okay, so I'm going on the Leona, and for some monkey reason, I'm again not using my Q on her. I mean, I couldn't use my Q right here because the minions would probably just block it. But as soon as I got past the minions, I should have fired my Q. But then again, she was already at half HP because I'm shredding her like butter. She's like nothing to me. So I'm not using my Q, and look how much damage I'm still doing without me using Q. And boom. Look at that ulti damage. That's a Leona with 3k HP. Where do we, like right here. 3k HP. And now imagine me using my brain and actually hitting her with Q before like shredding her. It's really insane how much damage this build gives you. And as you can see, the core items are just like Manamune, Rage Blade, and third item probably Death's Dance, because in most cases you will need it, and I found a lot of success building Death's Dance first. And after those three items, you could go for a Zeal item. I chose for the Phantom Dancer here for more survivability, and there weren't really any divers on the enemy team. I mean, there weren't really a lot of situations where I needed to hit multiple people at the same time, so I really needed to be able to survive the damage from the Seraph and the Gragas because he was going full HP for some reason. So yeah, I went Phantom Dancer as fourth item, and I was about to finish it off with an Infinity Edge for extra raw damage. So yeah, there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and don't forget to hard push that subscribe button. I might make a Kog'Maw guide soonish, but I'm not gonna do that until I get better at him first, because it would be kind of awkward making a guide for a champion you suck at yourself, and I still need to work on hitting my Q. Apart from that, I'm really enjoying Kog'Maw. I'm really a fan of the champion. I just wish he would be better in the meta, but I truly believe that this build might do the trick. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.